I ain't, oh, whatever, man. I ain't holding me up and shit.
I don't need a second one. Opinion is enough for me, and I claim the right to defend it against any consensus, any majority, anywhere, any place, any time. And if anyone disagrees with this, pick a number, get online, and kiss my ass.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed are greater than the legal services performed by other lawyers. I'm Harry Steele, Backwoods Southern lawyer. We got our buddy, Mr. Raines Rushing on with us. How you doing, Raines?
All right, we're holding it down out here, Houston.
All right, so I'm going to try something dangerous. We're going to flip my camera, if that's possible, and give you guys a look at what's going on outside. How's that?
Well, it looks nice. It looks like you got a little breeze blowing there. It looks downright pleasant.
Yeah, well, just give it a few minutes. We'll get another feeder band coming through. So, Sally, she's a bullseye.
Yep. Let me run that down for you real quick. You got Hurricane Sally is churning, burning, and he's gonna come right up the top of the fort, basically. And Fort Morgan, and she's going to sit there on Bon Secours Bay and just dump rain on everything east of the bay. Now, it's also going to push about an 8 to 9 foot storm surge up the Mobile River. So if you're looking at, if you're watching us or hearing us, and you live in Pritchard or Saraland or up there in Chickasaw, and you're in something that's below 10 feet of sea level, you might look at taking some preventative measures right now. The amount of rain that's going to fall is, as I was telling your beautiful fiancée, she...
So you remember our friends at Alabama Power Company and the Berry Steam Plant. This ought to be a good test of that.
Yeah. Coal ash, I'd say go get 10 of them right now.
Yeah, and so you know what that is, right? An overflowing manhole.
Overflow, right. Mm-hmm.
And so this is what you were talking about right here, that storm surge way up in the Delta.
Right.
North of Mobile. Man, that's bad news for everybody around here, I'll tell you that.
I mean, I would be anybody that's got property west of 225. Down towards the river, down towards Tensaw, it's going to be underwater for the next 3 days. Because the thing about a rain event like this is that the water really has nowhere to go if the storm is still in the bay for 24 hours, just sitting there moving at 2 miles an hour, even if it's only a 60-mile-an-hour storm. It's still pushing surge where the rain can't get out. So everything from I-65, think of like that triangle from where I-65 and 59 meet in Bay Minette, just make that delta all the way down the Tensaw and the Mobile River. Everything in there is going to flood. And that's including Saraland and Chickasaw and Pritchard and everything. Bromley and Spanish Fort, all that.
Well, so this is a video that was put out by our EMA 3 hours ago. And so when the winds get over 45 miles an hour, you won't be able to get onto the island. Both bridges will be shut down. They're recommending people in Zone 1 evacuate. Anyone along Fish River, the Blackwater River flood basin, the Styx River flood basin, or the Perdido River flood basin. We're about to have a historical flood event like we've never seen, like not in my lifetime, and I've seen some horrible damn floods in my time around here.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, Wolf Bay is going to flood very likely. Everything in Perdido Bay is going to flood, and right there at the Alabama-Florida line, like I said, through Seminole and all that river is all that's gonna come down, and that rain is just gonna fill that basin. And you're talking about this storm sitting on top of you for 2 days. Harvey sat on top of us for 4 days, and we got 72 inches of rain in 4 days.
Well, the last time I remember one like this was Hurricane Danny, where it sat out there and blew the roof off everything, and then hardly creeped on shore and rained and everything.
Yeah.
I remember every book in the public library down in Gulf Shores, save a few historical records, went in the dumpster. I mean, that whole library was ruined.
I'm not saying this in any way to take away, but the city of Mobile should be fine. Mobile proper. But I'm looking at the Delta, and I'm also looking at everything south of I-10 all the way into, Pensacola. Y'all going to get that ridiculous biblical rain, and it's not going to stop raining. And that thing's just going to sit there and churn and grind and grind and grind. And everybody that's living on the tip of the island, they're going to catch some hell. But if there's anybody on the peninsula and Gulf Shores, if you're staying there right now, you seriously should consider getting out, because I'm not worried about you drowning. I'm worried about your roof getting blown off your house and you not having anywhere to go.
No doubt. Well, I got some good news, Raines.
You're no longer the city manager of Gulf Shores?
No, well, that too. But the Alabama ex-speaker reports to begin prison sentence. He actually showed up at Lee County Jail on Saturday and turned himself in. And a jury in 2016 convicted Hubbard of 12 counts of violating the state ethics laws. But 6 were overturned on appeal, of course. And you'll recall that they tried to change the ethics law so that he wouldn't have to report to jail. Ex post facto, it's no longer illegal. And all that was kibosh, thank goodness. Cooler heads prevailed. So, Mr. Hubbard, enjoy your 4 years. You earned them.
Well, he's as the article said, he's a strong Christian man and going to show up to jail. And as a former chairman of the Alabama or the South Alabama Republican Party or whatever he was, he's going to get used to getting turned over in prison. So I got nothing for the fellow. I'm just glad he's finally in jail.
You and me both. All right, so Hurricane Sally crawling towards the Gulf Coast with potentially historic and life-threatening flooding, like we said. You see all of the hurricane warnings. Of course, we're right dead center. It's coming straight up Mobile Bay after it was supposed to be heading to Gulfport and Biloxi.
Right.
What we thought. And Cantori was in New Orleans. He had to sidestep and slide back over here to Mobile. So, yeah, there you go. Storm surge forecast 4 to 6 feet. And who knows with all that wind behind it.
Yeah, the big thing is that the storm surge is just going to push 4 feet of storm surge. It's pushing all of Mobile Bay, the Delta. And that's what I said, people that live in Pritchard and Saraland and Chickasaw, they need to be looking at, how low are you? Where are you at?
Well,
like
we're
I
right
told Harry,
and we're looking at 50 to 60 mile an hour winds. And I don't know, I can't see the camera while I'm presenting, but I'm assuming that you guys are seeing some pretty good wind outside right now.
Yeah, it's and I'll say, just like I said to you earlier when we were talking on the phone, the biggest danger in a situation like this is infrastructure loss. You're going to be looking at road washouts, sinkholes, things like that, where you're going to where your neighborhood might not be taking a lot of water, but you may, to no fault of your own, may be in an area that's going to get cut off from gas and groceries and ice and power and things like that. And people aren't going to be able to get to you, and you're not going to be able to get out. You could be an island, and you need to be prepared for like a 48-hour scenario where you may be stuck within a 5-mile limit of your house. And if there's not a stop and go or a Dale Champs or something for you to get to, I hope you got food saved up, and I hope you got water, because y'all are going to lose power significantly.
So we've got a little generator, and I also have what's called a Yeti 2000, which is basically a self-contained battery pack with an inverter built into it, and it's got little USB things. But anyway, I carried up in my hunting camp at the beginning of the year, and all we do is run 12 volt off of it, and it lasts all year long, or all hunting season long.
That's a handy thing to have.
So that's handy. We have everything cleared out under the stairs and put an air mattress under there that barely fits in case, when it's 50-mile-an-hour winds, I'm not going to be upstairs for this bull crap. Can you imagine that?
Our safe room.
I mean,
so we got our safe room under the stairs. So if our house is collapsed around us, keep digging. We're under the stairs. Right, Doodle?
Right.
Doodle, wear something besides white, because you're going to get dirty, and I don't want to see dirty Doodle. I want to see ready to sell a house Doodle after this storm.
Yeah.
If it falls down, all right?
Only we could put a house on the market and have a damn hurricane hit within 24 hours. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
So let's tell the flying squirrel story. So after after our angry podcast on Friday, to put it lightly, Saturday night we're laying there in bed about 2 a.m, and I hear Sunday morning, and I hear what sounds like a gong strike in the bedroom, and I grabbed my weapon with my light on it and shined all around, and it turns out that gong sound I heard was a flying squirrel falling down the chimney into our what do we have? A gas log insert in the fireplace in the bedroom upstairs.
Oh my goodness!
But then the damn squirrel is trapped inside the insert, running around like crazy and can't get out. So when do we finally get the squirrel out? So then I could have taken the glass front off, and then I had a damn squirrel running all around my house. So we called the critter getter guy, and he finally got him out this morning. So anyway, all kinds of exciting things when you're trying to sell a house. And literally, this thing was in the fireplace while this house has been shown 5 times, and nobody noticed the squirrel. Flying squirrel, they're nocturnal animals, so they have these huge eyes, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, cute squirrel. He made it. Good news.
That's fantastic.
All right.
Absolutely fantastic.
So, we are all geared up. I have a Yeti full of ice, and we were kind of ready for this anyway with the COVID stuff, but we can hang in there for a while, huh?
We can.
Yeah, so we're feeling pretty good about it, until the damn wind hits about 55 and all that bullshit goes out the window. You're just like everybody else, wondering what is going to happen.
Yeah. It's I never downplay storms. I'm the one that's always, I guess, maybe putting too much stock in them or going too crazy about it, and everybody, you're a doomsayer and everything else. I never downplay storms, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because even though you might not lose a tree, you might not lose a limb, you might not lose a shingle on your house, somebody's gonna lose everything, and it happens in every storm. And I'm telling you, be prepared. The time to be prepared was yesterday, but you've still got a little time now where you can get what you need to get through this.
Doodle, what time was your? Let's ask Doodle. What time was your last Walmart run today?
12 o'clock.
And what time did Walmart close?
1 o'clock.
So it's too late to run to Walmart. There may be, we do have $5 stores in Bay Minette. They're probably open.
Well, the thing is that in all seriousness and kidding aside, now's the time to make a decision as to what you're going to do. If you need to go hole up with another family member or a friend or a neighbor, that's important. Now's the time to make that decision, not when the rubber meets the road. It's time to make that decision now. And
That's right. You put other people's lives in danger when they have to come out and rescue you.
Right. That's exactly right. And do not go through this by yourself.
There goes the fuzz. You see the fuzz rolling?
There is somebody in your life that you can weather a hurricane with. Please don't go through it by yourself. And I realize by the time this all gets posted, it's going to be hammering the absolute hell out of
Probably.
LA. But please don't be by yourself through this. Please make the decision to go be with somebody or have somebody be with you. Hurricanes are definitely not, unless you're tying yourself to a bridge like Skink. You know, it's not something you want to do by yourself.
Well, we'll keep in touch, and if we have cell service, we'll let you know what's going on with us. Do you still have people around here, or is all your folks moved to Houston?
I got people all over the place, big man. Don't you worry about that.
I mean, people you worried about.
Oh, people I'm worried about? Oh, there's people down there in Biloxi and Ocean Springs and Pasco. Yeah, sure. But they're the prepared type. They're people I work with. They're just relief volunteers like I am that are more than equipped for this. So I don't really worry about them as much as I need to keep in contact with them for logistics sake.
I hear you. All right. Well, we'll keep everybody informed. And like I said, Paul couldn't be with us because he was wigging out. He couldn't get out to his she shed where he does his podcast from. So anyway, he said the wind was really whipping. He felt it was dangerous and unnecessary for him to go out there. So we had to do this one without him. He was really counting on being the one to announce Mr. Hubbard's incarceration.
Well, I hope that my turnover joke was enough to do honor by Paul's, and that I'm glad Hubbard's finally in jail. And I'm here to tell you, I don't normally make light of these things, but we've got a Sally, we've got a Tina, and we've got a Freddie and something else. And we have got an entire Waffle House third shift in the Atlantic right now. And between, we've got Sally, Paulette, Vicky, Teddy. We've got an entire Waffle House third shift out there. So now is the time to be paying attention to everything.
No kidding.
First time we've had 5 named storms only twice this century, and one of them now. So.
All right. Well, hang in there, man. We'll keep in touch. And any final words, Diddle, in case this is your last broadcast?
Stay safe.
Everybody stay safe. We'll see you next
I always
time.
thought Rage was a lot better looking in here, and I wish I'd met him before I met this windbag. Thanks.
There you go.
That's kind of.
That's what Diddle said. Take care, my friend.